everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Anna Gibson, and today I would like to talk about my heroin addiction, how I was introduced to it, and the various questions that follow. I was introduced to heroin in college, and it was after I moved twice after the death of my grandma. She was very close to me, and I was very close to her, and I loved her very much. But I'd never connected my drug use and the decisions that I would end up making on that, at least as a factor. Anywho, so I invited some people over to the dorm, or the student housing where I was staying, and sorry, I'm just really nervous. But they were sitting on the toilet and they were chasing the dragon, and I was talking about having social anxiety, and I had no idea what they were holding until they showed it to me and asked me if I would like to try it. And so I said yeah. They said it would help with my social anxiety, so I did. And the first time I was got quite sick, actually, but I knew that it would get better. I knew that getting sick the first time was normal when doing that. So that's the thing. A lot of people, excuse me, a lot of people when they try heroin for the first time and drugs of that nature, it makes them sick. So they think, oh, this is crap. I don't want to do this. This makes me feel like really bad. Whereas I knew that was par for the course, and I knew that I eventually it would feel great, which it did, but the fun didn't last. The fun didn't last, and by that I mean that there's a honeymoon phase, and it is so short-lived, and before you know it, you are in a dark place, and you are lost, you feel trapped, and you feel like there's no way out. It isn't something that I would wish on anyone. And none of that pleasure is worth it, because you lose everything. And you don't just lose everything material, you lose your soul, you lose your spirit, you lose your zest, anything that gives you motivation, or anything. You're just a dead, empty shell of yourself. Now, why did I start using the second time? What was the appeal to it? I don't know. That's hard to delineate, but all I can say is that my curiosity really got the better of me. Shando? Hey. Okay, he's a good boy. But yeah, my curiosity got the better of me, and I wasn't in a suitable environment. I was dealing with a lot of heartbreak, and my friends all liked to do drugs, and they all liked to drink, and so that's what I did, because I felt like they accepted me. I felt like they loved me, and granted, I still believe they did. They let me make my own decisions. I'm a full-grown woman, and I made my own decisions. I hold myself 100% accountable for the choices I made. And if someone offered me drugs and I said yes, that's on me. That is on me. That's why it's also on me. It is up to me to try to do whatever I can to recover and be a functioning member of society. That's, you know, if I can be of service to someone, or if I can at least, I know that are a lot of there is much to live for in this life. Although it's just hard for me to um, describe right now when I've kept myself down for so long, and sometimes it just feels like those parts of my brain that hardwired for motivation and just excitement, they're still rejuvenating. Shando, I mean, I didn't lose any of my good friends, but um, I found out who a lot of the fake ones were. I found out the ones who'd been lying to me and judging me, and right to my face. So maybe that's a good thing. And Chando's just being such a silly goose. Look at this dog here. Mm-hmm. Squeak, squeak. I mean, heroin it was numbing. It was distracting. It felt good. I could just curl up into a ball and feel like I was just being hugged by something warm and heavenly. But listen to me, that does not last. You are left alone in a very cold, dark place. You're left sick. You're left feeling so helpless. I do not miss those cold days and nights waiting outside in the rain for the man, and them never showing up, and I'm out there dope sick, shivering, severely underweight, and shivering out there. And the worst part of it is that I'm so all I can think about is getting that drug. Even if I were in danger right there, all I'd want was the heroin. I'd put myself in so many dangerous situations to get to that drug. I found myself in bed with, sketchy people just to get that drug. It is not something that I am proud of, and it is not something that I wish to ever glamorize or glorify in any way. It's scary, it's insidious, and it does ruin families, it ruins friendships, it ruins lives. You know, I also used it for self-medicating purposes. Like I said, my social anxiety was really bad, and also my anorexia. I definitely used it to medicate that, to alleviate some of the symptoms, or just at least the obsession in my mind. I wanted for that to go away. And granted, it that did somehow go away, but not really, because you see, I got really thin when I did heroin, and so, that wasn't good for my anorexia. And when I would gain weight, I'd want to go back to the heroin so that I would lose weight again. So it made my anorexia worse, and it made my heroin addiction worse. It was relieving, but only for a very short while. Not even 24 hours, and not even eventually my tolerance got so high that I had it 10 hours, even less than that. Life became all about heroin, 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 heroin. I gave up everything for heroin. But right now, I'm choosing life over heroin. I'm giving up heroin for everything. Why wouldn't you choose that? Why wouldn't I choose that? I've got my dog here. I've got family that loves me. I've got friends that love me. I've got my job. I'm creating this recovery channel. I'm getting back into my art. I've really been applying myself at meditating almost every day. I was really going hard at that during the first year of this journey. I haven't been doing it as much over the course of just the recent past month, but I'm definitely going to get back into it. I think it's good for me, even if it doesn't seem like it at first, even if it doesn't seem like it now. There have been times when I've, gotten upset and maybe my voice cracked, or I raised my voice, or I cried, or whatever. And I thought to myself, well, isn't this meditation supposed to be helping me with that? Aren't I supposed to be a little, just more stoic, a little calmer now? This isn't doing any good. But no, it is making a difference. Even if it's starting out with very, very small differences, it is good for your brain. And meditation can take years and years and years to repair the brain. I think it can take years. And I've been doing it for almost an hour per day. Even 5 minutes of meditation every single day over the course of, I don't know, a few years would make all the difference. And now the thing is, I was a heroin addict for around 6 years. I could not get clean on my own, no matter how hard I tried. There were a couple attempts at sobriety without any professional treatment, without even telling my parents or anything. Nobody knew about it, but they were so short-lived. I think the longest must have been, I don't know, 3 weeks or so, but I relapsed immediately. In fact, if anything, I was just excited that, yay, my tolerance is down now, and that's very dangerous, because, if I didn't take it in small increments like I did, I could have very well overdosed, which almost happened. Yeah, so just a couple off and on short-lived bouts of sobriety. Not even worth mentioning, really, but kinda, because I guess I wanted to get out of it, but at the time I also just wanted the heroin more than anything, too. So that's the thing, you gotta want it for yourself. You have to want recovery for yourself. You have to want something bigger than yourself in life. And trust me, you can find that. It is not that hard to find. Sometimes it can take a lifetime, but whenever you do find it, you'll be so shocked and surprised that it took all this time and all this effort to just find it. I think it takes time, commitment, and fostering good habits and getting rid of the bad habits, which is one of the hardest parts of the journey, because it takes a long time to get rid of a bad habit and cultivate a new one that's good for you. What were some of the worst experiences while actively using heroin? Well, I've written them down in my journal. Dependency, loneliness, withdrawal, needing that substance to live and feel normal, putting myself in dangerous situations, relationships deteriorating. It stopped being fun a long time ago, guys. Everything falling apart, losing everything, feeling powerless, the sheer damage inflicted on my mind and body. Just the smell of the spring grass, and certain things bring to mind memories, and it can make me feel sad that I almost squandered all of it. I almost just threw it all away. I sure hope I'm making sense, guys, because sometimes it's just hard for me to talk in front of a camera and dig out all these thoughts. That's why I journal and try to collect my thoughts here accordingly. Shando. Look at this boy here. I told him to calm down. Now he's just pouting. Sorry, buddy. This video won't take too long. So I just couldn't live like this anymore. I could not live as a heroin addict anymore. So I tried to go cold turkey. And at the same time, I didn't want for anyone to find out about it. I sent a group text to my coworkers and my boss saying I was sick, but I really wasn't sick, and they knew about it. And I didn't get a response back until a couple weeks when my roommate came, but brought with her one of my friends, and she used him as a shield, basically had him knocking on my door to confront me. But he was very gentle and very kind and very compassionate, and it wasn't long before I spilled the beans. And my roommate tried various times to lie about me and my character, and said that I was constantly drinking around her, which wasn't true, and blah blah blah. I mean, that could go down a big rabbit hole of its own, but we'll save that for another video, maybe. But I basically I admitted to everything. I told the truth. I surrendered. And from that point onward, in a fetal position on my bed with one of my best friends, the one who was there for me this whole time, and by the way, is not a friend of that roommate I just mentioned. He definitely sees through that person now. But he sat there and gave me comforting words, and we talked, and it was a very special moment, because I knew I wanted to get clean more than anything. And since that day, I've applied myself. Come hell or high water, I've done everything I can to better myself every day and to stay clean and sober, most importantly. I mean, I overdosed twice before I went in for actual treatment. And those 2 times that I overdosed were the only times really where I was drinking and doing heroin at the same time. That's very dangerous, and I know that I'm quite small and all that, but even if you had, great body mass and everything, that is so damaging to the body and to the heart and everything. It's really a wonder that I'm alive. What ultimately helped me to get and stay clean? Well, we'll read from my journal here. My true friends, my family, I wanted to live again. I was trying so hard but couldn't make it on my own. That loving, compassionate support helped guide me to this decision. I imagined what my life could be. Either choose heroin and discard life and everything, or choose life and discard heroin. I chose the latter. My dear friend, Aaron, was there for me from the beginning as soon as he found out. I knew what would happen if I started using again, and my future looked quite grim. I wanted to finally live my life. I was sick of throwing it all down the drain, squandering life with such recklessness. I had a vision of what my life could be. It was the worst version of myself. What advice would you give to someone struggling with heroin addiction and looking for a way out, I ask myself. Well, there is a way out. It may not seem like it. You must cultivate a strong sense of mind over matter. If you give it your all and apply yourself to recovery, you'll be astonished by what you are capable of. It's been only a year and 4 months since I went cold turkey and quit heroin for good. I've given 110% to the process of recovery, and I have managed to pick up the pieces and caringly put them together. It's never easy at first. Even if it is utterly miserable and scary, it is worth it. I am worth it, and you are certainly worth it. I never thought that I'd be happy again. Life isn't perfect. People may judge and doubt you, even years after working so hard to get sober and stay that way. I heard about this person who had been clean for over 6 years, and her family still called her a worthless junkie. Do not listen to those people. Just focus on being the best version of yourself that you can be. Hold close to your heart and heed the words of those who genuinely love you and wish the best for you. Some people will try to drag you down. Why? I'll never understand. A lot of people love to see us fail. Prove them wrong. Be so happy and true to yourself that it irks them. Get on their nerves. Or just pray, meditate, find your peace. Find your wisdom. Find yourself and stand tall and strong. You can do this, and I can do this. So yeah, that's that pretty much. So I say give yourself time. If you're struggling with addiction, whatever it is, give yourself time, because this is a healing process, and it takes patience, it takes care, and time. Healing takes time. Recovery takes time. And you know you can do it. I believe in you, and you can believe in you too. A lot of people do. I know a lot of people believe in me too. I just gotta believe in myself. Anyway, I think that'll be the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. It really means a lot, and it helps me out so much, and I hope you all know that recovery is possible, and that don't let anyone else judge you or determine what you're capable of, or whether or not you're going to be able to recover, because guess what? That's all up to you. That isn't up to them. That's up to you. We are all capable of recovery. We're all capable of finding life beautiful and worth living. Don't let anyone else stomp on that. And do not let yourself fall into the grip of a drug like heroin, ever. I hope you all have a wonderful day or night or whatever time it happens to be. Please like and subscribe. Take care. Bye.